What is up, people? Hello. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another watch along here on the Cup Chasers. That's right. We're getting a little Coppa Italia action in today, round of 16. It's Fiorentina hosting Como. And of course, I'm here because of my man Fàbregas. Still got a soft spot for him. Former Arsenal man at the helm of Como, absolutely crushing it in Serie A, absolutely killing the game out there. And so figured I'd tune in since there's not much else going on. Waiting on Champions League for tomorrow. Figured I'd go ahead and get this game in as well. Because why not, you know? And here we are, of course, cheering on Fàbregas, Thierry Henry, and the boys here of Como, hoping to make it into the quarterfinals as it is. A round of 16 matchup in the Coppa Italia. And hey, you never know. Como might have a shot at it this year, of course, because they're playing very, very well. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know a whole bunch about the team, but I was surprised that Nico Pass is not in the starting lineup. I'm on FootMob for the lineups, and it doesn't say any of the subs, so he may be on the bench. But I do recognize a couple of names like Kund and Van der Bremt. So a couple of faces I do recognize. Fiorentina, I do know, are the surprise of the season in Serie A. Not very good. Not very good. Not what you would have expected. Nico Pass is indeed on the bench, so we might see him at some point today as well. Alvaro Morata, Fàbregas not necessarily going with the strongest possible team he can here today, but still expecting a win from his men, no doubt. As we'll pull up, even the commentators are now talking about how bad Fiorentina have been because they've had to. So with Paolo Vanoli, the new coach, they have had an upturn in form, as the guy says. Let's see how far they have upturned. Not too far, still in 18th, but they were winless last time I checked. They've given up 34 goals this season. Not great. Not great. So there's an opportunity here for Como to advance into the next round. They're absolutely smashing it in the league. One of the best defenses. Only Roma have a better defense than Como. They're hoping to bring that defensive stability from the league to, of course, the Coppa Italia here today. Should be a fun one. Should be a fun one. I'm excited once again to get to watch Como. It's not, they're normally on there in Premier League, and I generally focus on the Premier League, and so I don't always get to watch them. We'll get the scoreboard up. Boom, there it is. So go ahead and smash up the likes on your way in, folks. Thanks for being here. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hype it up if you got anything left. Of course, it definitely helps the channel. We're going to cheer on Como today. Alberto Moreno in the lineup, former Liverpool man, long ago, it seems like. But Fàbregas has everybody in the team playing well. He's gone with the interesting lineup. I was hoping maybe we'll see Nico Pass at some point. Kid's having a fantastic season, and I'll be shocked if he remains at Como for too much longer. But yeah, should be a fun one. Could absolutely be a fun one here. As is that maybe the national anthem or the song of the cup rings out. Do they do this every game? Do they do the national anthem before the games. I know they do that in America. Do they? I'm not sure if they do that for Serie A games. I know they don't do it for Premier League games. They're always playing some other kind of, like some Sweet Caroline or Hey Jude or something before the game. But yeah, gonna be a fun one. Como, definite favorites in this one, as the commentator there letting us know. Oh yeah, Como coming off that 6-0 versus Torino. Destroyed Lazio before that, of course. Oh God, the left back for Fiorentina doesn't even have a. That's why he doesn't have a picture. It's a debut for the 19-year-old. Fazzini is in for Fiorentina. I recognize him. David De Gea on the bench. So this is why these games are sometimes hard to put any bets on, because of the different players that are, maybe not in. That's why I tend to shy away from the FA Cup type stuff. Never know what mentality players are in, but you'd like to think that some of the players that don't get a lot of time are going to have some time today, and so are going to perhaps want to play well, want to do well. And so it's going to be an interesting one. Definitely going to be an interesting one. Diego Carlos, I recognize. Sergio Roberto's in the middle. Kuhn and Duvikas I've recognized as well, so they're going to be good. Good going forward. I do enjoy Fàbregas' style, the way he likes to move the ball around. Duvikas, he's Greek. Yeah. That makes sense for sure. Fiorentina could certainly do with a morale boost, but I think Como's going to have a wee bit too much for them today. Still some talent out there on display, so we'll see. Oh, they're about to kick off. I got to get to my clock. Here it is, just in time. And they're off. It's the last match. Huh. Who's going to come down with it? Already swarming the white shirts. Lots of energy to start. They're definitely going to need some energy, Fiorentina, to deal with the possession-based game here. But I think some of these players who perhaps don't get as many starts or as much time, they're definitely going to want to show. They've got something to prove today. Backup goalkeeper, of course, David De Gea is not in for Fiorentina. Patient from the goalkeeper, just waiting for somebody to show. Oof. Try to gain some territory here. Every game I've watched of Como, they certainly are dedicated to the possession-based style. And I mean, what do you expect? Fàbregas, product of, Arsenal and Barcelona. Working it down the right-hand side here for Kuhn. Acuna, he's got the armband today for Como. Alberto Moreno. Just based on form and league phase, I've seen one or two Fiorentina games this season. I would expect a lot of this, a lot of Fiorentina just sitting in and Como trying to find the passes through the lines. You can't let him cross, though. 1v1, he's going to go to the byline. Is he going to get there? Not enough on the ball across, and it's cleared. Piccoli working hard, but the Como defenders combined to win it, and they'll come again. Seems to be some energy in the stadium. It didn't look like there was a whole bunch of people in the crowd, but definitely you can hear them. Como already looking to work down the wings. I mean, if they're going to let you go 1v1, here comes the overlap from Moreno. Ball across. It's a header away. I think that was Fazzini. That to be a foul. And early pressure here just kind of releases a little bit for Fiorentina. Who came from New York City FC? Paolo Vanoli? They're talking about the coach from New York? That's cool. Huh. Jack Harrison from Leeds. Yeah, okay. Is also in for Fiorentina for the rest of the season. He says this is a loan. Okay, sure. Apparently they need it. Languishing in the relegation places right now are Fiorentina. Oh, wow. Fiorentina getting the shot away, forcing the save. It was awkward, and the same man takes another shot and then runs it down for the foul. Bardo, the 19-year-old. Poor clearance from Vanderbrampton, or however you say his name, and the kid goes for a second one. Goalkeeper's big enough there, Boots to keep him out, but warning signs on the long ball. That was just a route one over the top, and gave Como some issues there. Man, you can hear, maybe that's somebody screaming, run, run, run. You can hear him. It's one of the coaches. Andiamo, he says. Forward, or come on, I think. But that's the Fiorentina coach. Ooh, is he off? Is Duvicas off? Flag stays down. Good recovery from Camuzzo, the center back. I think that Duvicas thought he was offsides. It was weird. It was a good touch to get it around the corner, but I think he thought he was off. That was weird. Como looking to pin him in here with this deep throw in. Wow. Commentators talking about how Como have never won a trophy, a major trophy. So if you win, you'll get into the Europa League if you win the Coppa Italia. So interesting. I would love to see Como in Europe, some kind of Europe next season. That'd be awesome. That'd be fantastic. They're certain their league form might get them there too. They're playing really well. But as I said, the winner of the Coppa Italia gets into the Europa League. Well, there you go. So it's a chance, but it's a giveaway here. And Fiorentina come with some space. Ooh, it's a goal right out the rip from Piccoli, I think. Wow. Como turned it off. It was his birthday, too. Wow. Como turn it over. Fiorentina pounce. very, very quickly. One ball to the winger, a ball across, forward gets in front of his man in the home side lead. Goalkeeper will be upset with that one. The shot's going right through him. Right through him. And Piccoli will take that all day long. All day long. Yeah. That's actually a good finish. It's actually a pretty good finish on the half volley. Goalkeeper is wrong-footed, doesn't get there in time. And it's 1-0. 1-0 early to Fiorentina. Roberto Piccoli on his 25th birthday. Wait a minute. Don't do it. Don't do it to him. It's his birthday. It's his birthday. Don't take the goal from him, VAR. Don't do it. Okay. It's a goal. Long way to go. Long way to go here. But first mistake from Como. First blood for Fiorentina. And we're going again. And we're rolling again. What comeback power can they conjure? I'm sure they won't change anything to the philosophy. Won't get too urgent, bordering desperate. Like I said, early. Fiorentina certainly buoyed, bolstered, encouraged by the goal. Putting Butek under there. He plays it out for a throw-in. Pressure doing its job there. A slip. Who's going to come down with the second ball? Hey, Duvikas is giving it right to the Fiorentina man. But Jesus Rodriguez wins it back very well. It's a good little dink. Duvikas trying to hold it up. He'll win the throw-in. You always wonder with these teams when they're doing really good, unexpectedly good, if some of their star players get scooped. A long ball. Here he is on the right-hand side versus the 19-year-old. It's Kuhn. Oh, it's a poor pass. Here's Jack Harrison, the Leeds man. Doing well on Rodriguez. He's got Moreno as well. Double teamed over there. No Fiorentina player in sight to help him. And the Como players combined to win the throw-in, and they'll already get it back in. Of course, committed to building out from the back. It'd be interesting to see what activates the press for Fiorentina. If it's changed due to the goal, if they'll sit back deep. It doesn't look like it. They're at least filling up the passing lanes right now, but they're not charging the goalkeeper, so they'll take his space. They'll take the space. Here's Sergio Roberto. They've worked it to the other side of Como. Patient, even a goal down. Still long way to go here. It's a good pass. Trying to maraud through the middle. They've gotten past the line. Here is Kuhn. Oh, he's so left-footed. Dude, he's just so left-footed. The team effort. Christensen happy to get his first catch of the game and happy that it's an easy one. Yeah, I mean, come on, that's selfish. If he goes with his right foot there, one touch and a shot across the goalkeeper. Easy for me to say I'm right-footed and I'm 1,000 miles away in a comfortable room here. Como working hard in the midfield for sure. Definitely looking to target the 19-year-old debutante at left back for Fiorentina. Got to win second balls here. It's into the channel. That's a good ball. Think that the Camuzzo did not need to get a toucher on that. I'm sure it would have gone out for the goal kick, but he was not to know that. Needed a shout from the goalkeeper. He's conceded the corner kick. And I can't pronounce this homie's name. Carrique. Is that Mikel Carrique's son? Regardless, it's an in-swinger. Nope, it's not an in-swinger. Oh, that's poor. And Fiorentina have a chance to break here from the Como corner. It's 3v3. Fazzini cuts into the middle, gets some space, has a shot. Butte unable to protect. What's his name? Butte, I guess. He has to make the save, of course. Is it going wide? Oh, might have been wide, but regardless, he's conceded. The corner kick. Fiorentina definitely have not had all of the ball, but their possession has been more concerted, quicker, more effective so far. And they have the corner kick here. It's going to be Fazzini with the in-swinger. Here it comes. Rodriguez will get it out to Kuhn, and now it's a break the other way. Hey, you got to get it right. And it's broken down. Good defense in the end on Kuhn. But both teams quick to break, win their space. I think that'll be important for sure. Here's Fazzini. He'll win the throw, or this is actually the left back. Regardless, conspired to get the throw in. Balbo. Looks like a clash of heads. Perhaps an elbow, perhaps a sack of potatoes. Hey, come on, people. I miss the old days when the game was wasn't so weak. Wasn't so, you feel a touch to your neck, to your face area, and you go down and freak out. Like, I miss those days. I miss those days. Everybody does it. Every single team does it because they're going to get the call. You're going to stop the game. Referee's having none of it. Having none of it. Bunch of BS, he says. Here we go. It's a good touch from Piccoli's Fazzini. That's definitely a Como throw, dude. No way. That definitely went off of the number 4 in purple. Brashaini. I can't pronounce any of these guys' names. Ball into the channel, no one there. Como going to have to find some ideas here. Still plenty of time to go. Route 1, once again. Flag stays down. Here's Jack Harrison. Cuts in with his left, has a shot. It's going to go to Jupiter, and now the flag does go up. Yeah, I think if he leaves it though, Piccoli, Fazzini's in. Yeah, that's a wayward effort. We'll say that from Jack Harrison, the Leeds man. Another ball into the channel. Duvikas battling. Is he going to win it? Over the top for Kuhn. Christensen with a good call out to win the ball there. Been a decent game so far. Ooh, it's a giveaway by Christensen to Sergio Roberto. What can he do? Rodriguez! Maybe just a bit too much. Took 4 defenders, and eventually Ranieri will get it out for the corner kick. Enrique de Cunha might do something here, both over the corner kick. It looks like de Cunha is just going to hit an outswinger instead of some sort of short corner, whatever. It's going to run over the ball. Yeah, it's the outswinger. Doesn't beat the first man. But only as far as Alberto Moreno. Is he going to get another cross? Another opportunity? Here it comes. Does not get over the first man. And we'll try again. Here's Kuhn on the other side versus Balbo. Doesn't take him on. Como players prioritizing possession here. Sergio Roberto. Fiorentina doing well. Gained the territory. Como pulled them out and hit it into the channel. Is Rodriguez going to get there? Certainly does enough to win the corner. Certainly does enough to win the corner. Como perhaps. Wow. Jesus Rodriguez has literally grabbed my man's shorts to make him concede the corner kick. Well, hey, dark arts, whatever gets it done. And here it is. The outswinger from de Cunha. Better than the last one. There it is. Who's there? Oh, my goodness. And it's in. Eventually, by Sergio Roberto, it was a scramble on the goal line. What in the world was that? The header, after finally the third opportunity from the corner, gets over the first man. It's a header off the post. It's another diving header that I think was blocked, maybe. And then Sergio Roberto cleaning up on the end. And Cesc Fàbregas men are back in it. 1-1. And it's, hey, magic of the cup, baby. Magic of the cup. Dubicas with the header. And then even that scramble there looks like more of a foul than anything on, so it would have been a pen. But Sergio Roberto, Johnny on the spot to knock it home. And it's 1-1. Ball's rolling again. Game on, people. Game on. Como tails up here. But Fabian in the middle for Fiorentina. That's going to be a foul. Some argy-bargy pushing and shoving here. Yeah, de Cunha is not excited with Ranieri here. Yeah, I get it. Full-blooded game here. It's been pretty good. Been decent, back and forth. Quick play in transition. You love to see it. You love to see it. Ball rolling again. Trying to work it inside here. That's good defense to follow his man. Here's Balbo. Como immediately onto him. Quick feet, and Kuhn rather is free. He's going to cut into the middle here. Finding Kakire. Not able to connect with Dubicas there. There was a chance. Oh, I don't know that. I'm not sure that was a foul there. I'm not sure he's fouled him there. I guess the referee thinks he's gone through him. You can see how what says Fàbregas thinks of it. Oh, how was that not a foul? Maybe that's what he's not happy with. The one before it, when Van der Brink was taken out. Played advantage, though. That was during the last fast break. Obviously, he's going to play advantage. Interesting the moments Fiorentina look to play out instead of hitting it long. They do have an advantage on the other side. If they play quickly here, not quick enough. The Como men shift the structure well. If you're going to beat a high press like this that are not pressing the goalkeeper, you got to play quicker when you go against the pressure. Oh, wow. That was Sergio Roberto's first goal for Como. Oh, he's well offsides, but he's going to hit it to the other side. Profazzini into the channel here. Goes. It's a good cross. Oh, my goodness. Who's going to get there first? It's bouncing. That's well done from the Como men. Right. Don't know about that one. Looks like he went down soft. Looks like he went down pretty soft there. But, yeah, that's... Oh, he slipped. It's a slip. It's a slip. Lucky there. But Como can bring it out. Fiorentina. Bresciani forcing it all the way back. Straight to pins in this competition if it's drawn. So whoever, Jack Harrison going all the way through, wants the foul, not going to get it. Como still have a man down. Look like they might be willing to play on. They are not. But yeah, this is the last game of the round of 16 in the Coppa Italia. That's Jack Harrison still complaining about that last one. It's probably a foul, if you ask me. Maybe not. He does kind of get thrown down by Diego Carlos there. But anyway, this will go straight to penalties if it is level. Cagliari await the winner. I mean, that's also favorable if Como can get through this one. Oh, is Duvikas already down? Morata and Nico Paz warming up. But that's still a loss. Duvikas has been... He's gotten a bunch of minutes this season. He's been good for them. It's definitely been good for them. He'll be disappointed if he has to come off here. What a... That was a great header on the goal. And then the Diego Carlos getting in there, the defender giving everything he can to keep it out, and Sergio Roberto with the fox in the box. That is Sergio Roberto from Barcelona. That's what I thought. That's a great sign. It's a great sign. A great signing for Como. Wow. Yep, it's looking like there is going to be a sub. Fàbregas called Nico Paz back here. Will Duvikas is up, but it looks like he's walking back. It doesn't look like he wants to come back into the game. Yeah, we might be getting to see Nico Paz early here. Not for a good reason. Duvikas will be upset, but Nico Paz is the star man. Absolutely. I imagine Como have a difficult game at the weekend. That's why. They've played that Nico Paz hasn't started. Yeah, Atalanta on Sunday. So that'll be tough. Here's Alberto Moreno. Oh, that's a good ball. Rodriguez once again. Fiorentina back in their shape now. It's a good ball into the corner here. Not quick enough to get the cross off. Here's Kuhn. Oof. Jesus Rodriguez with perfect control from the crossfield pass. Jinky cut left, right. Good defending there by Fortini. And indeed, Duvikas off. Nico Pass will come on. Yeah, that's sad. Duvikas is not going to be excited about that. But Nico Pass is certainly an exciting player. And we'll see what he can conjure here. Is Rodriguez maybe going to go forward? Or I wonder if Nico Pass will be the furthest man forward. It's a foul, referee, yeah? I guess not. Here's Ramon. Is there some kind of siren going off there? There's something weird in the fans. Kuhn, 1v1 with Balbo. He's got a runner for Nico Pass. Immediately looking for the number 10 in white. Ref's got a hold of his jersey. It's up. Who's going to win the second one? That's good work from Nico Pass already. Fazzini can't believe it. It's come off your knee, homie. It's come right off your knee. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. It didn't hit my knee. I didn't see that. Oh, wow. They're in the fourth official's ear about the throw-in. Rodriguez. Good D. Good D. Point Fortini on that one in the 1v1 battle. They will force Christensen to hit it long. Who's going to win the second ball? It's still bouncing around. Brashini can't bring it under. Nico Pass will turn. Ooh. Didn't quite get the run for Rodriguez, and the ball is in the opposite direction. Christensen in note right here. I think if they play quicker, they'll definitely be able to play it around the Como press. But that ball's not good enough, certainly into the channel, and it's well out of bounds. Needless turnover. 30 minutes in. It's been a wee bit calmer after the Como goal. After a really feisty first 20. A little bit of a bump from Kuhn. They're going to call that a foul. I don't know about all that, man. I think the Fiorentina man's lucky there. Balbo, the 19-year-old. I think he's lucky there. Maybe a wee bit of a bump. Welcome to the league, kid. Commentators talking about Nico Pass maybe staying on at Como were they to make the Champions League, which would be absolutely incredible. Be an incredible achievement. They certainly looked worth it so far. I think they're in 6th place in the league. I mean, they certainly looked at the weekend versus Torino. 6-0, good grief. Fiorentina breaking into the center here, not wanting to go forward was Fortini, but they'll take some territory here with Ranieri in for Fazzini. Goes for the first time pass. Doesn't come off. Once again, he's giving it away. Here's Nico. That's going to be a foul. Brashini. He's going to get a yellow card, too. Getting the yellow card, too. Foul from behind. Breaks up the play. Yep. Yeah, it's a foul. Definitely a foul. Are Como sponsored by Poker Stars? Gamble responsibly, please, people. Gamble responsibly. A chance here for Como from the free kick. How high is the Fiorentina line? That's the question. That's Carike again on the free kick, as well as the quarter kick duties. Here it comes. And it's a foul. Or is he going to let him retake it? Ranieri goes down like a sack of potatoes. The referee's in people's ear. Is he going to let him retake the free kick? Thought he'd called a foul. Fiorentina bench aren't excited about something. And it's another one. That's going to go out for a throw-in. They're going to try to pin Fiorentina in here. They'll look to throw it down the line. Nothing doing. Como will collect. Roughly 10 minutes left here in the first half. It's been entertaining, that's for sure. Como very patient. I think he just said, 64% possession. Certainly looked that way on the eye test. It's interesting. After they went down, Brashanini making him work hard. Jesus Rodriguez. Oh, that's well done to get turned. But Fortini's standing up strong in that battle. But they've given it away immediately. It's tight. It's congested. That's a foul. Ramon not excited. Fiorentina won a yellow card. Ranieri is definitely... Oh! Vanoli is not excited either. Screaming. They've been in the fourth official's ear for about 10 minutes now. Ever since that throw-in. Oh, homie's hurt. Homie's not loving it. Oh, come on. It's not that bad. Piccolo on he's holding his back like he's been shot. It's not that bad of a foul. Bump in the back. Maybe got a little elbow action. Ramon certainly can't believe it. Just getting a little touchy, little nippy here. Certainly both teams eager to go for it, wanting to win it. It's a battle in that midfield. Good goal from Piccoli for Fiorentina's lead. A scramble off the corner kick. Very Arsenal-like, actually, for the Como goal. Very, very, very much so like an Arsenal corner kick scramble. I guess Fàbregas has been taking notes. And it looks like Homie wasn't shot after all. He'll be okay to spend his 30 seconds. Of course, immediately remonstrating with the fourth official, because why wouldn't you? Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll be a sore one. Knee in the back. Route 1. Jack Harrison gives a thumbs up. unable to get on that one. The Leeds man looks so weird in this purple and white. Of course, Piccoli recovered from his gunshot wound. Back on the field. Nico Pas coming all the way back to help with the build-up here. Giving his goalkeeper an option. Of course, the men in white hoping Fiorentina. Ooh! It's going to be a foul for real? Wow. I don't think that's right. Van der Bremt getting a booking here after his poor touch leads him to leave one in here. Let's take a look. Oh! That's a sore one. That's a sore one for the 19-year-old. Gets to the ball first. Van der Bremt definitely steps on his foot. And it's a chance for Fiorentina to dump it into the mixer here. Roughly 7 minutes left in the half. Petered out a little bit here. Fiorentina just standing him up. Como have had a lot of the ball. Can they conjure anything here before the end of the half? It'll be Fazzini. Doesn't get it past the first man. Kuhn will force them back, and it's a ball once again into the channel. He doesn't look up before he kicked that one. Trying to spin around the corner here is Fazzini. That's great defense. And they're on a break here. Here's Kuhn. Now Nico Pas. Does he get it right? He does. Here's Jesus Rodriguez. Fiorentina retreating. Body's floating forward. It's the cross. Doesn't beat the first man. Nico Pas juggling, though. And he'll be able to just recycle. Both of these teams break quickly. Breaking quickly when they turn the ball over. It's fun to see. It's fun to see. And again, here we have our normal settings. Kuhn and Balbo. It's a cross. Good goalkeeping there. I'm not sure the Como players thought there was going to be a cross. Fiorentina working it well down the right-hand side. Here's Jack Harrison in some space. That's a good ball into the channel. Just too much for Piccoli. It's definitely going to be a spicy second half, that's for sure. A dagger blow if either team can get a lead before halftime. Fiorentina have certainly stayed in their shape well, refused to be moved around and or pulled out. I think the midfield battle's been pretty even as far as second balls are concerned. Van der Bremt, gotta be careful, man. You're on a yellow. Spray wide for Kuhn, who will play Nico Pas in. I thought he might be offsides. He was indeed. He was indeed. Yeah. It's a good call from the linesman. Definitely a good call from the linesman. That's wild. The commentators talking about how this is the first game in this tournament for Fiorentina because of their league position and how well they did last season, but you wouldn't know it by how poor they are this season. I'm trying to figure out what a Premier League It's kind of like, I mean, West Ham were poor last season too. It's not necessarily like West Ham. They have been a mainstay in the league and they were good last season, but just shocking this season. Shocking this season they've been. What's he done now? Oh my God. Please stop diving. I just wish we could eradicate when the wind blows on someone's eyebrow, they go down hoping the game stops. That was a fast break for Fiorentina too. And they've given the ball back to Como. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. That just because they've nicked his eyebrow. And they've nicked the ball here off of Nico Paz. Here's Fazzini. Quick feet through the midfield. Loses it. Wait. Nico Paz losing it once again. They've worked it wide. Harrison, what's he got? Cuts in on his left. Of course. Como doing well to make them pass backwards and just gain a little bit of territory. Backwards again. That's well done. That's well done from the men in white. Forcing them back. But Fiorentina with the ball here. Yeah, still Route 1 stuff. Gotta have it, though. Got to make that clearance, though. That's pretty much what Fiorentina's been going for, is that long ball. Win the second one. Get a flick on over the top. But they have had the possession here the last 5 minutes or so. What can Jack Harrison conjure? 1v1 with Moreno. He's going to get the cross in, but it's very, very overhit. And it'll go off for the throw. Minute left here. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Go ahead and hit the like button. It definitely helps the channel. I think that Jack Harrison he's a decent player. I thought he was good at Leeds. I think that there was a whole lot of that right there, of the overhit cross, like he's just done. Probably a bit too much for Leeds, and so that's why he didn't get the start. That's why Daniel Farke probably not have him high up in his list, and that is why he's gotten the loan. I think for Fiorentina, it's a good pickup. I think he will work hard. I think he's got technical ability. I think, he does get some crosses sometimes in that are good, like this one here. Nope, I thought he was going to get the cross. That's great defense. But they will give up the corner kick. But yeah, I do think that he's a decent player. And for Fiorentina, I think he can certainly be a big part of avoiding relegation, which obviously is the goal this season. At least at this point, based on how poor they've been. So I definitely think that it's a good pickup for Fiorentina. Como with the corner kick here. Once again, the Cunha and Kaltkier on it. Kaltkier, I can never say these dudes' names. It's Kaltkier. Here it is. Ooh! That was a weird trap in the box. Here's Moreno from downtown. Did he go for the flicked on header? That was a weird one. Looked like there was too much curve from Alberto Moreno, former Liverpool man. Yeah, that's not even... Was that a cross? I think it scared the corner flag, that shot there, if it was. Christensen will take his time here. Fiorentina more than happy to get in 1-1, I would say. I'm not really familiar with Paolo Vanoli as a coach. I'm not exactly sure what he might do to maybe get a little bit on the ball more, get a little bit more success with their possession. I think from Como's point of view, they've been halfway decent. 30 seconds left. It's bouncing around in there. You got to win the second ball. Got to come down with it. Brescianini. He does well, and he'll get it again. But Como in their shape in the passing lanes well, continually forcing Fiorentina back. And that will be halftime. Definitely was a good half. Definitely a good first 20 minutes. Lightning stuff, basketball stuff, in fact, back and forth. The pattern of the game, obviously, as might be expected, was Como with most of the ball, patient possession, probing, hoping to move the structure side to side. Had some success down the wings, getting crosses in, but it was a set piece goal, a la Arsenal style, for Como to equalize after Fiorentina took the lead. Leeds under Bielsa was 100% different. He absolutely was. It is an interesting one that Jack Harrison didn't really get into Daniel Farke's plans in that 3-5-2 they play, because Jared Bogle and James Justin definitely have the speed over him. It would be James Justin who he'd be in, contention with as far as that wing back position. But I think what probably did it was the fact that James Justin is a better defender. Jack Harrison is certainly more of a midfielder, like more of a traditional left midi or right midfielder. You know what I mean? Like a back in the day kind of midfielder. Rune Chopper, I'm late to the part, but hold that, Arsenal. Yeah. It's not fun. That wasn't fun at the weekend. We'll put it that way. I was distraught. That's for sure. Got me doing videos yesterday about how we can bridge the gap and all this. Got me trying to figure it out. The podcast will be tomorrow night after all the Champions League stuff. Normally around 8:30 Eastern, 8:45 Eastern on I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so in America, so wherever that is. So that's normal. So that'll be tomorrow night. Make sure you get the notification bell on, people. Aaron Chopper is going to be in the comments. He's ready. He's ready to roast me when we speak on the game versus Manchester United, of course. And yeah, it should be a good one. Should definitely be a good one. We'll be back for all the action tomorrow. Of course, have that notification bell on. I'll definitely be doing watch-alongs tomorrow for the Champions League. And then, yes, the Cup Chasers podcast will be there. And you'll have to do the cooking, Arun, because Nez is a very level-headed kind of guy. He won't be doing too much cooking. He'll probably just let me rant and rave and give angry monologues. But actually, I was so downtrodden after the notifications well on. That's what we like to see. That's what we like to hear right there. I was so distraught after the game. My match reaction is a little bit muted. So a little bit like, oh man, because that one hurt. That one certainly hurt. But as far as this one is concerned today, we're definitely gonna get to all that tomorrow. Fiorentina had the lead out of nothing, really. I was surprised. It was like their second opportunity. And then, of course, Fàbregas, Thierry Henry, and Como doing the Arsenal thing with the corner kicks. Look, I had nothing to do with this. I had nothing to do with that, okay? The 2008 United and this Arsenal, I had nothing to do with any of that. I didn't subscribe to any of that. Okay? I didn't say anything about any of that. I will say that, oh, we can't even beat the 2026 United. Go look at the Arsenal Man U fixtures in that season, in the 08. Yeah. Samir Nasri on your head top. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Obviously, we couldn't beat you in 2026. Oh, Mikel Carrique, so like you say, I got to hold that because it was horrible. It was not great. And I don't know why we're scared of you guys. I don't know why Arteta's scared of United, but it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. I'm glad we don't have to see him in any of the cups. There's no way, Arun. There's no way. No chance that this happens, that Rashford comes back But you know, I don't think he'd mind. He probably wouldn't mind. You know what I mean? He probably wouldn't mind. But he wants to play Champions League football, bro. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to be on 40 games a season. Come on. Yeah, but the Dorgu injury is rough. That's rough. Scores an absolute screamer, one of the best goals of his life, and then pulls a hammy. That's rough. That's rough. Yeah, sad for Dorgu. He was really coming into his own as a left winger. You know, given that freedom, and that's what it was. That's what it was, Arun. You guys had the freedom, and we play in jail. So structured into the system, and I think that yeah, absolutely, we will be here. Absolutely, we will be here. Appreciate that. But yeah, like I said earlier, I'm not real sure what, if anything, Vanoli likes to do at halftime. If he's the type of manager that likes to switch things up. Um, they do look like they've been going the route one option. Piccoli, big man up front. They might want to do more of that, but I think that as soon as Nico Paz came off for Duvikas, they were immediately looking for him, uh, looking to be the guy, the one. So it's interesting. Duvikas was more of a farther forward kind of player. So I wonder what kind of adjustment Fàbregas might make as far as pushing a different player forward, or production is doing a replay of how close Sergio Roberto was to kicking Duvikas in the face on the goal. That was crazy. That was crazy. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what, if anything, happens. I think more of the same from Como, really. Just turn the screw. Look to they are playing around the outsides of the formation a lot, and I'm used to that. But I expect we'll see more of the same from Fabregas's men. Of course, honoring De Gea here at halftime, or was that before the game? Maybe Fiorentina, or is he honoring somebody? That's a big old bouquet of flowers. That was interesting. That was certainly interesting. But Fiorentina, happy to be in this one. Scored a good goal. Interesting, once again, as I said, how poor they have been in the Serie A this season. But commentators expecting Fiorentina to really come for it in this second half. Be interesting. They did have a little bit more possession there at the end of the half, but I wonder if any adjustments might change all of that. But like I said, I expect it to be the same. I definitely expect the same in the first half. Of course, people smash up the likes. Thanks for being here. It definitely helps the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you're thinking down there in the comments. I'm going to grab some water. I will be here right back. It's certainly been a battle in that midfield. I'll give you that. Certainly been a battle in there, and I think it will continue to be so. I do believe it'll continue to be so. But I did like that both teams playing quick in the transitions. Something I wish Arsenal would do a bit more. Something I wish they'd do a bit more. But Nico Paz, definitely the man they're looking for. He definitely has the quality to win this one. Sad, though, for Duvikas, but I wonder if we're going to see Alvaro Morata at some point due to the fact, like the commentators were talking about, that Nico Paz was kind of playing in a false nine, kind of didn't have anyone at the very forefront of the formation. Obviously, Rodriguez and Kuhn providing the width in attack. But Duvikas is a different player, was on the last man, running in behind. So I wonder if Fàbregas will want to get Morata in, do the same things with Nico Paz playing in right behind him. Would obviously have to sacrifice a center midfielder. So it'll be interesting to see. Don't miss the Champions League tomorrow, people. Get that notification bell on. I'll be doing a watch along. Make sure you go check out the preview I did for tomorrow. Plenty of good games. Plenty of good games to watch. Bruges, Marseille should be fun. Dortmund, Inter should be fun. PSG, United, Newcastle should be fun. City versus Galatasaray will be a tough game. For sure. Napoli, Chelsea. We'll have our eye on that one. We'll have our eye on Napoli versus Chelsea, that's for sure. Monaco Juventus has got a lot riding on it. So too does Bilbao and Sporting. Should be some good games tomorrow. Make sure you hear, people. We'll be doing the watch along for some of them, more than one of them. I won't be featuring the Arsenal game. I'll be having an eye on it. I'll be keeping an eye on it. But I only need health. That's all I need. I don't even care who plays. Hopefully no one, none of the first teamers, none of the starters, none of the most important ones should be anywhere near this. Grateful that Declan Rice is suspended tomorrow, of course. Won't be playing. Saliba won't be playing. Timber won't be playing. I don't want to see Big Gab either. I don't want to see Martin Zubamendi anywhere near it. Obviously, Marino is also suspended. Christian Norgard did the press conference alongside of Mikel Arteta, so you expect to see him tomorrow. But yeah, I just health. That's all I need. That's a dead rubber. But there are going to be some good games for sure tomorrow. I'll have my eye on it. We went through all of the permutations, all of the possibilities, all of the things that may or may not happen in our preview earlier today. Make sure you check that out. Went through each of the matches. How awesome would it be to see Como in next season's Champions League? How cool would that be, yo? That'd be amazing. And you expect, especially if they do qualify, because the coefficient for Italy probably won't be 5. It'll probably be 4. I mean, Atalanta, Inter, Juve, and Napoli, they're all, well, Juve's on 12, Inter's on 13, and so too is Atalanta on 13. But they're the worst teams on 13, and Juve's on 12. Napoli's in 25th. So their coefficient, I'm not sure what they're doing in the Europa League, but their coefficient's probably only got 4 teams. So top 4 will be very difficult to make. Very difficult to make for Como, but you would expect them to at least get Conference or Europa. Obviously, if they win this tournament here, the Coppa Italia, they will be in Europa League. But man, if Fàbregas and Como were in the Champions League next season, that'd be absolutely crazy. That'd be absolutely crazy. Looking like Como might be making a change. here for the second half. Big second half coming up. Both these teams will go to penalties if no goals are scored. And we're level at full time. The winner of this will play Napoli. I thought they said Cagliari. That sucks. They're gonna have to play Napoli at home. At Napoli. Wow. So Inter played Torino. Napoli played the winner of this. Bologna played Lazio, and Atalanta played Juventus. That's the spiciest one still to go. But yeah, there you go. Como, should they go through, will have to play Napoli. Fiorentina still got something in this one, that's for sure. Alvaro Morata and David De Gea, compatriots, of course, embrace as the players make their way back out onto the pitch. Gonna be a big 45 minutes coming up. Big 45 minutes coming up for Cesc Fàbregas, min for Paolo Vanoli's min. And we will see. Players in the tunnel here. Really, Paolo Vanoli won the tournament, Coppa Italia, with Fiorentina back in his playing days. Of course, so too has Cesc Fàbregas won the Coppa del Rey in España, and of course the FA Cup here, not here, but in England. He's won it with the Arsenal, of course. May have won it with Chelsea. I know he won the league with Chelsea. I don't remember if it was with I don't know about the FA Cup with Chelsea. Definitely won it with Arsenal. Back in the day, did Cesc Fàbregas. They're making a change. Here it is. Smolcic, a regular in the Como lineup, coming back in for Van de Brent. Van de Brent was booked. Perhaps that's why. Van de Brent, yeah, perhaps because he was on that booking. And of course, don't want to go down a man here. Important 45 minutes. Piccoli will get us back underway. No, he won't. I lied. Como with the ball to start. And here we go in the second half. Como look to get us rolling here with some possession. Fazzini already winning it back, but it's gone right out of bounds. Napoli await who's going through here. It's a ball over the top into the channel. Jesus Rodriguez versus Jack Harrison. Harrison with the juggle. But it only goes as far as Sergio Roberto playing well today. He is for sure. They've worked at the other side. For Kuhn. There's Smolcic looking on the overlap, but they go back. And here's Nico Pass looking to sort things out. Here's the other side for Sergio Roberto. What does Jesus Rodriguez have on Harrison? That's not a good attempt at the give and go. Fiorentina just do enough there to win the throw-in. Forced him back to Christensen here. Nico Pass looking to put him under. It's a long one into the channel. Who's going to come down with the second ball? Fiorentina try to combine down the left. Unable to do so there. And it's Nico Pass in some space. Will play out wide. Forkun. It's a ball across. Nobody able to get on the end of it there. As Nico Pass, perhaps across some shot. Not sure. Regardless, it is a goal kick. Bit of an auspicious start here to this second half. Obviously, now the team will want to make a mistake. But Como definitely pressing high. Oh, and it's broken through here. To break away from Brescianini, can't sort his feet out, allows the defenders to get back. And that's good defense from Diego Carlos after the hole in the boot from the back line allows Brescianini through. And it comes back the other way with Kuhn. 1v1 with Bolbo. Beat him. Beat him. Beat him. Jinky cuts left. Pass in for Sergio Roberto. Hits it into the scaffolding behind the goal. Right through. And the pressure releases. But this ball here, they thought Piccoli was going to hit it. But Brescianini goes through behind them. Takes way too much time on the ball, though. If you don't have a good first touch. But same tactics as you were from Fiorentina. Pretty much what you might expect. But they're putting the high press on here. A couple of quick passes could get Como behind the first line here. Got to play quickly, though. Absolutely have to play quickly. I forgot to hit the timer. We're only a couple more minutes behind, folks. No worries about that. Ooh, important header. Important header from Camuzzo there. Diego Carlos looking to get it to the other side for Ramon. Smolcic will hit it into the channel for Kuhn to chase. He's going to get there. Does well. Sergio Roberto. Calciere, I should say. I have no idea. Calciere. He does well to get a good shot on goal here, too. Oi, it's a wicked deflection on its way through. Forces the save from Christensen. Perhaps one for the cameras more so than anything. But Acuna and Calciere conspiring once again over the corner kick. It will be the in-swinger. Beat the first man, not the second. Fiorentina able to clear. But they'll try to go back down the right-hand side. Do Como with Acuna, Calciere. But Fiorentina do well to force them back. But they'll look to go to the other side as normal service is resumed. Como with the possession around the outside. Here's a cross. Too easy for the goalkeeper. Right at him. But the pattern from the first half has followed us into this second period here as well. Both coaches seemingly more than satisfied with that first half. That's poor from Fortini. It's going to be he's called a foul against Sergio Roberto. Wow, that's crazy. Sergio Roberto gets thrown to the ground, it looked like, but they've called a foul against him. I'll have to see the replay on that one because that was suspect from the referee. Anyway, Fiorentina have it here. Probably going to hit it long at some point. Well, Fortini will try to press down the side here. Oh, ref blowing the whistle every time Fiorentina fall down. Diego Carlos, stunned disbelief, follows him back into his position. All right, that's foul. That one's a foul. I'll give you that. Gotta give him that one. All right. Former Villa man dapping up his counterpart there. Fiorentina backwards once again. Playing around the back. Como just more than happy for them to have it in these areas. But it's a good ball down the line for Jack Harrison. Cuts in. Into the center. And back out. They've worked it for Fortini. Some good possession here for a second. Como will come out of their shape a little, forcing Fiorentina back. They just got to play quicker. It's been the same story every time, and now it's all the way back to the goalkeeper. He's going to hit one long. No. Fiorentina's got to play quick. Ooh. Hey, Kieran. How you doing? Brescianini. PSG tomorrow. Yeah. Hey, I'll be on here doing a watch along. That's one of the games I'm certainly going to be looking for. That's one of the games. I might just have that one featured because that's going to be a fun one. I might just feature the PSG Newcastle because the Arsenal game doesn't matter literally at all. So I'm not even going to be. I'll have it over here on this side, but I'll be watching the other games, the ones that actually mean something as well. So we'll be on here with a watch along, of course. Of course. Piccoli all alone up there. Como able to get back to the goalkeeper. They'll look to possess once more. Here's Sergio Roberto. Sergio Roberto, great pickup from Barcelona for Como. Fantastic signing. Just past Rodriguez is able to pick him up again. However, for Acuna out to wide. That's Smolcic, I believe, who's come in. Yeah, here's Nico Pass. We just able to keep it. They've worked it wide for Roberto. Would love to win, but I think we lose 3-1. Our team doesn't look the best at the moment. You know, Paris isn't necessarily at their roaring best. Oh, that's a great ball into the channel for Smolcic. She hit it first time, bro. Here comes the cross. It's going to be a bike from Nico Paz. It's well wide. Yeah, Newcastle perhaps not at their best, and in Paris is certainly going to be tough. But I think it'll be you're worth a goal at least. I think it'll be a fun game for sure. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, Paris did lose to Sporting last time out. But also, they're going to want top 8 qualification, just as you will. Just as you will, of course. So they're going to come for it. And I expect you will as well. It should be that's why that's going to be one of the better games. PSG and Newcastle will be fun. That's going to be a fun one for sure. When Arsenal beat them, we beat them with a high press in the league phase last season, not in the group phase. We got scared of them in the semifinal. And that's a whole other thing. But in the group phase, when we beat them, it was with a high press. Put them under, made them make mistakes. I think Newcastle are very good at doing that and are good in transition. And so I think you got something for them tomorrow. I think you do. But also, a draw probably drops both of you into playoffs. I'm thinking that I did a preview video earlier today, actually, about the Champions League permutations and possibilities. Important interception from Alberto Moreno there as Fiorentina look Route 1 once again. But yeah, I did a video early. Yeah, Dortmund and Inter. See, Dortmund and Inter, though, is very interesting. Like I was saying on the video earlier, I was talking about how that one almost no matter what the result in Dortmund Inter, they'll both be in playoffs, no matter what the result. If Dortmund lose, they'll need a ton of craziness to go against them for them to not make the playoffs. But pretty much no matter what in that one, it's going to be if Inter smash and win like 5-6-0, they might make the top 8. Maybe they would have to get a lot of goals. Como once again possession outside of the Fiorentina Christmas tree defensive structure. Here's Rodriguez wide. Kakere. And now Sergio Roberto. Como definitely have a wealth of options. Some good players for sure. Worked it. Hey, not good enough. That's not a good pass. Oof. Oh, they gifted it right back as well. It was Kakere. Oh, Acuna tries to open it up, and it doesn't even go out. Here's Jesus Rodriguez. Ends up being a pass ball. Cross! Winning every second ball. Como finally come up with a shot. Does Ramon Christensen happy that that's all it was, is he's able to get down and win it. But Piccoli almost putting his team under there. Hands on head from the Fiorentina subs. Yeah. There's no question of Newcastle not qualifying. You would have to lose by a whole bunch and have a lot of stuff go against you. Definite playoffs, but a good win could see Newcastle into the top 8 for sure. Kieran, you got any hope against Man City in the Carabao Cup? Hoping anything at all? Because that's next week. Obviously, it's 3 games away, but still. Nah, no hope. Hey, you never know, man. They're Chelsea fans are starting to believe, starting to talk, like they do, just because of Arsenal's wobble. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I mean, it's the cup, though. It's the cup. If you win 2-0, it's straight to pins. Who knows? And who knows if Como can make it work here. Here they come. Smolcic gets the cross. Ooh, it's just over. Nico Pass smashes it with the snapshot. And Christensen can't get down quick enough. Fàbregas' man have turned it around here. Nico Pass, the first half substitute, smashing one home. Christensen will not be excited about that. And Como take the lead in Florence. 2-1. And by hook or crook, perhaps not the most. It's not the greatest defense. It's not the greatest goalkeeping. Nico Pass and Cesc Fàbregas will not give one jot. And now they take the lead. 2-1 in the Coppa Italia. Round of 16. I believe Kieran had another comment. Next 2 games are just going to make the players tired. Yeah, for sure. But that's who do you got in the league next week at the weekend? Wasn't fun this past weekend, was it? Versus Aston Villa. They're not fun for anybody. They're not fun for anybody. That's for sure. Oi! Oh no! Oh no, Kieran! Oh no! It's not what you want. That's not what you want. They're not going to be excited after that. After their loss either. That'll be a tough one. That'll be a tough one. Can Fiorentina conjure anything with Jack Harrison here? Got to win this second ball. Hey! Como players thought each other. Sergio Roberto does well. It's a 3v3 here. 4v3. Nico Pass. It's a good ball for Calquer. Back to Kuhn. The goalkeeper and the defenders do just enough. And that's a great ball for Fabian. Oh! That's about sums it up for Fiorentina. When they do try to play fast, couldn't find the quality and pass it right out of bounds. Newcastle go to Anfield. Yeah, that's not great. Tammy Abraham back in the Premier League. Aston Villa showing some ambition. Absolutely are showing some ambition. Everybody writing them off, of course, for the Premier League title. I am as well, of course. But who knows, man? Definitely showing some ambition. They've kept Douglas Luiz as well. They've managed to keep Douglas Luiz from going to Chelsea. Jesus Rodriguez is around. Fortini tries to lead Calquier. Como all over him here. Oof. Almost. Como certainly comfortable so far. And now with the lead, they will certainly be even more so, you would imagine. Fortini gives the ball away to Jesus. Calquier is getting forward a lot. The number 6 there for Como. Here's Jesus Rodriguez. 1v1 with Fortini. He's going to go past him. Nope. That's good D. Just stands up. And it's Jack Harrison on the ball. That's good work from Fabian if he can get there. And a good ball into the channel. He's onside. Piccoli, that's a bad touch. Goalkeeper gets the ball. Referee. Yeah, Boutte. That was a weird one. Piccoli, poor touch. John Boutte comes out. Piccoli still down. Kieran says, feel bad for Ollie Watkins. Yeah, I haven't seen Villa do two up front either. It will be interesting to see where Tammy Abraham fits in. I would expect him to be backup, not starting over Ollie Watkins. But they got a lot of options now. I think they've brought in Tammy Abraham because they sold Daniel Malen. Might be a bodies thing. Kuhn 1v1 with the ball, though. Going to the byline. Cuts it across. Should certainly win the corner there. Nope, the center ref overruling the AR to give the goal kick. But yeah, interesting stuff going on at Aston Villa. Definitely showing ambition to continue the run. A little bit of hesitation on that last breakaway. Yeah, it would be really weird, though, to see Ollie Watkins on the wing, though, wouldn't it? Because Daniel Malen was kind of a winger, and then he was more wing than forward. Maybe you're right. Maybe they will put Ollie Watkins behind Tammy Abraham is what I would expect. Tammy Abraham's the target guy, and they knocked it down for Ollie Watkins. That would be weird to see them both together, or either one on the wing. So your 2 strikers up top thing might be spot on. Although the having Morgan Rogers behind either one of them is probably better than having them both together, I would think. Morgan Rogers in the pocket as your creative player is probably way better than having either of them. Yeah, I think this would work just because of Rogers' versatility is why I think this would work as well, Kieran. Fiorentina, interesting. Can't decide when they want to hit it long. Can't decide when they want to try to play through the lines. They have not really had success at all as they make the change. Fagioli coming in for Nadur. They've had far more success hitting it into the channels. That's good work here for the substitute. And see, like I say, here's the ball into the channel, but Butte's alert to it, out to clear. Be interesting to see in these last 25 plus minutes if Como will continue to press higher or will they give more and more territory. But Fiorentina, once again, hitting it long. I think that might be their issue. I obviously haven't watched every Fiorentina game this season, but it might be their issue that they just don't try to play as much. A lot of long ball stuff, a lot of around the corners, around the sides, into the channels kind of stuff. And they've had a little bit of a success with it today. But, I mean, you can't live and die that way, I feel like. Here's Nico Pass with some space in the midfield. A ball here for Jesus Rodriguez. Goes to the byline. Gets it across. It's up. Christensen hits it right back into the center. Luckily, a defender was on the penalty spot. Como won the second ball with Sergio Roberto. And, of course, they'll be patient in possession. Fiorentina back into their 4-5-1 structure, 5-4-1 structure here. Not willing to press the goalkeeper. They're going to have to at some point. You're down, man. You're losing. Goalkeeper finds Sergio Roberto, who finds Jesus Rodriguez, and he'll go at Fortini. Ay! Once again, with trying a ball, intricate little weighted pass to the near post. Goalkeeper out to collect. I like Jesus Rodriguez, though. He's had a good game. Likes to go at his man. Certainly has given Fortini a challenge today. Although the defender's been decent. You got to give it to him. He's won a couple of duels. Certainly won a couple of duels. It's been a good battle, that. That's the thing. Fagioli could have turned out, but too much backwards. Too many backward passes for Fiorentina, and that one isn't good enough, and it'll go out of bounds. Jack Harrison dive into the floor. Does applaud the effort, but Vignoli coming with some changes. Fiorentina need him if they're going to get back into this one. That is for sure. Como with some changes as well. Sergio Roberto for Adai. And Max Parone will come in as well for Jesus Rodriguez. So some changes up top for Como. I thought Fiorentina were making subs too. I guess not. But yeah, some changes in the front line for the men in white. What can Parone do in Jesus Rodriguez's shoes, who's had a very good game, in my opinion? Jaden Adai actually will be in that position. Brescianini comes down with the second ball in a good position here. Get the cross. There it is to the back post. Butez is there to collect, and he'll get the counter moving with Acuna here. It's a good ball out to the other side. Here's Adai for the first time. He's going to go at his man, Bulbo. The 19-year-old. Here's Nico Pass with a touch. And he'll have it again. Acuna. Oh, that's not great. That doesn't do much for Kuhn there, who's moved over to the left to let Adai play on the right. Of course, Nico Pass still down the middle. Kakier has been the midfielder that's gotten the most, gotten forward the most, as far as in a central role for Como. But there's been too much back and forth between the defenders for Fiorentina, and then just looking to hit it long. Trying to go down the sides here, but that's a soft foul. Smolcic gives away the foul, but it's soft. That's really soft. Fortini going down like a sack of potatoes there. Why not dump that into the box, though? Like, you've been hitting long balls this whole game. Why not just dump that one in? Fiorentina have to come up with some ideas here, something. Try to get back into this one. Commentators talking about the Olympics being in Italy? The Winter Olympics being in Italy? Did I miss that? I think I missed that. Anyway, here's Fagioli, the substitute, bringing the ball forward for Fiorentina. That's just so poor. Fiorentina have been really poor as far as in possession, sloppy with a few balls in this second half. That's good work, however. Here's Brescianini. Adai follows him all the way and wins it back. That's also well done from the Como man. A 1-2 with Nico Paz, and now a ball for Kuhn, 1v1. Fortini. Oh, it's a good ball across. Nico Paz coming to the front post, unable to get there. Christensen will start the counter as Fiorentina come the other way with Jack Harrison. Just shielded out of bounds. Vignoli screams in his ear. Another former Premier League man, Solomon. Of course, we remember Solomon played for Spurs for like 4 games or something. The Israeli international. He's actually a half-decent player. I'm surprised he might be worth starting on this side, right? He's a good player, Solomon. He was half decent for Spurs. That's a handball all day long. Fiorentina number 10 thinks this isn't a handball. Thinks this isn't a handball. Referee asks him if he's crazy. And Como will get us rolling again. Fiorentina got the high press at some point. They're going to have to really find the energy to get in their face at some point because Como are more than happy. So comfortable in possession. And the press is just not on it. Like, they're not pressing together. Not enough energy. Acuna here. 5-6 yards of space. Nico Paz got all kinds of space to hit this ball into the channel. And Kuhn is behind the line. Won't be able to get to that one, however. Commentators feel Fàbregas won't be excited. And Fiorentina just hooked one clear right back to Como. Home crowd not excited that that's what we've been seeing for the last 5 minutes or so. We've got about 15 minutes left to go. As I say, Como more than happy to just keep the ball, pass it around, make them run. Here's a high press. What do you got? See, there you go. You've won it back high. Here's Fabian. Got to play quick. Got to play quickly. Can they find something here, Fiorentina? A ball into the middle. Diego Carlos will hit it out, but Fiorentina will be able to collect. Can they find some energy, some pressure, some verb, some passion here in this last 15 minutes to maybe draw it level, send us to pins? Or is Como, who've been comfortable this whole second half, just going to continue to be so? That's what it looks like so far. It's another long ball. The referee with a poor touch. You got to be better than that. What's he calling here? Is he calling a handball on himself? What's he calling here? I think he's... What did I missed something here. Wow. So the referee calls a handball against Fiorentina because the ball got slammed at his face and then it hits the referee. And to cover his blushes, I guess he calls the handball. I don't know. Here's Nico Paz in the pocket. Just runs into the challenge of Fagioli, who has the ball here now. Here's Harrison. That's weak. That's a weak foul. Weak sauce. Harrison feels Roberto Moreno on his back and just falls down like a sack of potatoes. Here's the ball of Fagioli once more. Kind of leaves his man short, and Nico Paz dives in. Immediate yellow card from the referee. He can't believe it. Nico Paz, man, you didn't get anywhere near the ball. Nowhere near the ball. Number 10, Albert for Fiorentina. Oh, yeah. Dangerous tackle. Can't be complaining too much about that one. Fiorentina got to look to turn the screw here. Somehow, some way, find something. In a game where they haven't been able to find much, that is for sure. Here's Ranieri. Some of the passing from Fiorentina has just been hospital ball, left your man short. It's not been good enough. And another poor ball. Here's a dive. Brascianini in his pocket, forcing him back, but it is a turnover. Como once again with the comfortable possession. Five passes between the same men bring Fiorentina's press on. All the way back for Butez, who will chip it to the other side. Play quickly and you can beat the press, but they choose to go all the way back. Pull Fiorentina all the way on. Here's Nico Paz to help with the build-up. Alberto Moreno. Fiorentina chasing shadows. You got to press him at some point, and he's just standing there with the ball all day, no problem. Nico Paz once again finding some space. Diego Carlos will give it back to him. Fiorentina not pressing together. Jack Harrison stuck between pressing and marking Kuhn, who has the ball now and will take all this territory. It's classic possession tactics here, just gaining territory and now pass backwards to keep the ball. Como doing really well here, pulling Fiorentina this way, that way, out and in, back and forth. Very, very comfortable at the moment. And I'm not sure what Fiorentina are going to find. They're going to have to find a moment, something. Nico Paz turning here, twisting in the middle. Camuzzo all over him. Probably just fouls him. Going to get a yellow. That's harsh. That's harsh. Referee just handing out yellows like candy now. The last three challenges have been rewarded with a yellow tarjeta. I don't know about that one. He kind of gets the ball. I think it's just a succession of fouls that's giving him the yellow there. 3 fouls and then the slide tackle. 10 minutes left. Como just seeing it out here at the moment. It's the usual suspects on the free kick. Calquier will leave it for D'Acunha. And here it is. Looked like it came off of Fabian there. Here's a die. 1v1. Cuts back to the left. Now to the right. Jinky to the byline. Toe poked. Out of bounds there. For the corner. I believe that was Solomon on the defense. D'Acunha and Calquier will be no hurry whatsoever to take this one. Very interesting that they take both players over every free kick, over every corner kick. They're both over there, and then one runs away. And here comes the in-swinger. It's not great from D'Acunha, but it'll fall for Kuhn. Shot blocked, and Fiorentina can come away. Oh, that's soft, referee. And the fourth foul in succession will get a yellow card. Referee becoming a little bit card happy here at the end of this game. Well, he's connected on his legs there at the end, so I guess that's why Kuhn will receive the yellow. Some good play here from Fiorentina. A last-ditch challenge from Diego Carlos doing just enough here, and I will press it down the line. Jolie comes over, wins the throw in. Well done. That's well done. He's been decent since he's come on. They've certainly been looking for him to be the one to progress the ball forward. Got to get it forward here. Got to find a way. Somehow, hook or crook for the men in purple. Here's Jack Harrison. Como more than happy to just stand up and let Fiorentina have it here in these spaces. Definitely covering well when the midfielders come back to show for the ball. Here's Fortini trying to cut into the center. Faccioli does enough to retain possession. Here's Jack Harrison. Puts it into the channel. Como recover the ball here with D'Acunha. It's just too easy. It's just too easy for Como to play through the Fiorentina press. That's for sure. Just too easy for Como at the moment. Not sure what Fiorentina are going to find here as they look for one last throw of the dice from Vignoli. Butte will just hit it long. It's a good chest down. Adai does not get to it first. Camuzzo not happy there with, or I believe that's Ranieri, not happy with the AR. Camuzzo will be the man replaced for Pongracic. Last throw of the dice there for the Fiorentina coach, Paolo Vignoli. Roughly 10 minutes left if you count stoppage time. Ball down for Nico Pass. Jack Harrison to put Moreno under. Here's Kuhn. Tries the Egyptian around Frattini. It's good work. That's great work. And here's Calquier for pass first time. Right at Christensen. Will bring that one in this time. Nico Pass loves a snapshot. Loves a snapshot. Certainly scored from a similar area. It's a good ball into the channel. Referee's going to call offsides on Albert. Fiorentina number 10. Ends up being a good call in the end. Time just slipping away for Fiorentina. I still feel it's been pretty comfortable for Como. Butte not necessarily busy in that goal. And Fàbregas' men will be more than happy to just play it around and keep it here. But they'll go down the line into the channel. Is it going to get over? A diving effort there from the defender. Here's Calquier. Pongracic kicks him. Fiorentina players can't believe it's a foul. And the clock will just continue. Hey, that's like definitely a foul. Definitely a foul. He throws his hands up. I didn't do anything. As the time just ticks away here, Alvaro Morata all smiles. Nico Paz, the man sacrificed, is on a yellow now. He is the winner, however, at the moment. Was the first half substitute. And now replaced for the last 5 minutes here or so by Alvaro Morata. Obviously, Fàbregas not worried about giving up the goal for the penalty shootout because you would expect Nico Paz to take a penalty were this to go to penalties, but Fiorentina haven't really done much. Ramon, Alvaro Morata doing Morata things in the box there. Here's the ball. He's there again. Goes for the back heel. Oof. Thank you very much from Fabian. Fortini hoofs it clear. And Como will take even more time here on the throw-in. A weird ticket to play here. Nice back heel from Morata. No one there in white and blue. And it's Moreno on the throw-in. Referee tells him to move back. Here's the Cunha. Hey, Moreno gives it away. Fiorentina, once again, don't play quick enough. Jack Harrison, Jinky, quick feet, get rid of it. Morata hunts him down, and here comes Alberto Moreno on the... Oh, wow. Fazioli runs into Morata, and he gets the foul. That's really cheap. Here's Jack Harrison with a ball, a straight ball. Is it going to get past? Last-ditch clearance there from the Como man. Fazioli working hard in that midfield. So too a die. He will win it for Como. And here's Kuhn. Como just once again taking the heat out, taking the sting out. Because Alberto Moreno's been decent today. Ball into the middle is cut out. And Jack Harrison will be on the second one here. Jack Harrison's first start for Fiorentina has been decent. It's been decent, sure. But Fiorentina haven't played quick enough, haven't been inventive, decisive. But this is a good ball, a good run, and now a good ball to the wing. It's a ball across. Who's there? Fabian underneath it. Probably fouls Diego Carlos. Referee will play advantage. And D'Acunha finds Kuhn. What's he going to do here? He's going to win the foul. That's good play from the winger. I think his leg was hurt before the run there, though. He was kind of holding his groin a little bit. Definitely kicked him. Just another chance to break up play for the men in white. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Smash up the likes. Hype it up if you got any of those left. I certainly appreciate it. It certainly helps the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you being here. Time just slipping away for Fiorentina. Nico Pass currently as the winner. D'Acunha, a ball in here for Morata. And he'll get it wide for a die. He's got Smolcic on the overlap. Ball in once again. Oh, that's a good touch. And shot from a die. Morata trying to pounce on the rebounds. Christensen does recover it eventually. And we're into the 90th minute. That's a foul on Morata. Welcome to the game. Probably not going to be a whole lot of stoppage time here. 3 or 4 minutes, I guess. That's good work. Como just so comfortable in possession in tight spaces. Here's Fiorentina, though, looking to do the same. That's a good ball into the channel. Butez comes out again, as he's done a number of times this game. Here's Christensen. 4 minutes of stoppage time left for Fiorentina to conjure something, anything. Here's a straight ball into the center. Kuhn's going to win the second one. And it's down for D'Acunha, who will play Kuhn once more. Takes it on. Morata's by himself in the middle. You're going to get the ball across. Here's Morata to finish it. And that will do it for Cesc Fàbregas' men. A fantastic counter. Ball into the channel. One touch across from Kuhn. And Morata hasn't even been on the field for 30 seconds. Como booked their place into the quarterfinals and a match with Napoli in the Coppa Italia. 3-1 to the Ranieri here. Nicholas Kuhn with the assist. Fantastic play from Cesc Fàbregas' men. Lariani, I should say, as the commentator corrects me there. And that is just about all she wrote. Fiorentina put out of their misery. It's all over but the crying, folks. All over but the crying. Let's get those likes up for a Como victory in the cup. Cesc Fàbregas, job done, sir. Alvaro Morata coming on. Both subs, Nico Paz and Alvaro Morata with the game-winning goals. Fiorentina, it's more misery for Paolo Vanoli's men this season. Exactly what the commentator's saying. When it rains, it pours, as the rain pours down in Florence. And it's a good win, a good performance too. Well worth the win, our Como. And I enjoyed watching them play, man. I certainly did. Love to keep the ball, love to play out, play it around, play quick. We're definitely quick in transition. Kuhn and Nico Paz and Alex Rodriguez, definitely good players. Definitely some good players at Como. I would love to see them in Champions League next season. Jolie with the cross. Comes off Brescianini in the end. Doesn't really know what's going on, and it'll be a goal kick. About a minute left. Yeah, I didn't know much about that one. Fantastic work. Commentators also talking about how much money Como's spent. But they've spent well, he's saying. Yeah, that makes sense. They've got some good players. Sergio Roberto coming in is a big signing. Diego Carlos is a good defender, of course. Kakier's had a good game here, down for Jaden Adai. Here's Jack Harrison. With about 30 seconds left. Alberto Moreno still keeping him out, still keeping him at bay. He's definitely won that battle, has Alberto Moreno. Here's Faccioli. No, come on, man. That's so weak. Some of these fouls here, the referee has called. Morata descents his way into the book. 10 seconds left, and Fiorentina refused to launch these balls in from these positions so far this game, but now they're going to with time's up, and you've lost. Here it comes. Referee wasn't ready, so we'll do it all again. It's all pretty much academic anyway. Here's the ball. And Butte will come down with that. And that, my friends, will do it. Referee blows the final whistle. And the Lariani have defeated Fiorentina. Como 3, Fiorentina 1. And you can't say they didn't deserve it. They certainly were the better team. Took care of the ball a lot better, especially in the opening exchanges. Then Fiorentina kind of sucker punched them with, honestly, Fiorentina were half decent in that first 20 minutes. It was back and forth. They had a couple chances, got a goal, went ahead, and then Como just cranked it up and were able to get the equalizer. And then everything just went through Nico Paz after he came on. Lot of good possession. Definitely created more of the chances. I thought Fiorentina could have pressed higher, could have pressed with more energy, could have gotten closer to Como, but their quality certainly showed in this one as they were able to pass it around, really comfortable, play their game. Definitely, I'm not going to say an easy night. They certainly were made to work for it, but it's a great exhibition of Fabregas' style and philosophy. They were certainly able to play through the lines, to play quickly in the transitions, and create lots of chances moving forward. Nico Paz definitely likes his snapshots. goalkeeper will be very, very unhappy, Christensen, with giving up that second goal. But the third one to end it was just, classic counterattack. Win the second ball to Cunha to Kuhn, who pushed it down the line. Saw Morata. Great ball across. Game, set, match for the Lariani, who move on to face Napoli in the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia. And wow, yeah, glad that I tuned into this one to see Como play today. Certainly my favorite team in the Serie A. And if they weren't before, they are now. That was a very impressive performance. Thought Fiorentina definitely looked like a relegation-threatened side. A lot of long balls, a lot of route one, but they weren't winning enough second balls. If you're going to be that type of team that just hoofs it forward and looks for Piccoli, your big man up top, you're going to need somebody to win second balls behind them, and they weren't doing that well enough today. And they were fairly beaten because Como were definitely not on that train. They were definitely more into possession. Jack Harrison, however, had a decent debut for Fiorentina. He'll probably get more minutes as they look to try to survive in the Serie A this season. Como, hopefully, we'll see them in Champions League next season, of course. But that's going to do it here for the watch along. Como 3, Fiorentina 1. Thanks for being here. If you've made it this far, go ahead and smash up the like button. Hype it up for Cesc Fàbregas' men. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I certainly appreciate you being here. Get that notification bell on. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, for the Champions League watch along. And, of course, the Cup Chasers podcast tomorrow night after that. So, once again, thanks for being here, and you will see me next time.